Good evening. Welcome to week 2 of season 19 here at Phoenix SimSport. Once again, we kick off with the Formula Regional Series in Assetto Corsa. Every Thursday, 6:50 p.m. UTC, 7:50 p.m. British Summer Time, and 8:50 p.m. Central European Summer Time. Last Thursday, we kick off the new season at Hockenheim. And tonight, we are going to Shanghai International Circuit, aka Shanghai 国际赛车场, before going to Barber Motorsports Park next Thursday. So a very interesting opening week or opening section of the calendar in 3 different continents, trying to bring some extra flavor for all of the drivers participating in the series. It's a track tonight, the Shanghai International Circuit, 16 turns, 5.4 kilometers, and a over 1 kilometer long back straight, which will definitely create a lot of slipstreaming and overtaking opportunities, of course, in a 15-lap race 1 and an 11-lap race number 2. Now then, before we go into qualifying and the races, let's have a quick look at the highlights of round number 1 at Hockenheim. Brilliant start from Marcel Miku. Fantastic start from the Czechia driver. He's going to take the lead going into turn 1. Eric Ornomby on the outside. They've crashed. That is Callum Scotland crashing into Chappelle, and they've all crashed. And they are all round. And Gabriel Victor also parked with Jules Flynn. They've hit each other again. Marcel Miku is into the lead. We have gone green flag racing already. Eric Ornomby now side by side with Marcel Miku, using the advantage of the mediums. He has more grip. He's going to try to go around the outside of the Czechia driver. He's done it. Fantastic. Let's go on board with Marcel Miku. Getting the slipstream. There's no push to pass this season, so it's purely done on the slipstream. Later on the brakes, around the outside goes the Czechia driver. The Swede defends the inside line, getting a little bit understeer on the exit, but he fends off Marcel Miku side by side for third. Meanwhile, Matt Gringo in the number 3 car from Mantis Racing goes to the inside of Jan Jobel and takes third away. Still side by side for the lead. Eric Ornomby chops the nose off Marcel Miku as Jan Jobel sets it to the inside. He's going to go too deep. Matt Gringo with a fantastic cutback. Battle phase at Victor Chappelle after making contact with Callum Scotland at turn 1 lap 1. He's been taken out by Esri Fox, who understeered and didn't leave the Israeli any, well, space at all on the outside. Oh, he's turned him. Jules Flint has turned Ezra Fox around. Jules Flint almost rounds into the back of Scotland, and round goes Darren McAllister. He's throwing it away. Latini is going to send it to the inside of Flint. Flint has to go wide. Flint has to go deep. Latini has to lift. 3 wide down towards turn 2. They are making contact. Scotland trying to squeeze Latini. They're both trying to squeeze the Mantis Racing driver in the middle. Somehow they didn't crash into each other. Scotland understated its teammate Flint. Latini tries to hang all the way around the outside. We're still 3 wide on the main straight. I'm losing my voice. This is only race number 1. Now they are making touches. At 219 kilometers an hour, Latini has been bogged down. He's dropped down to P10, but he has the freshest tires. He can't find the way through. Oh, he's taken out both of them. He's taken most of them out. And with 4 course yellow on the final lap, Derek Ornomby, the Mark 1 Motorsport Swedish driver, will take victory here at Hockenheim Ring. Season 19 Formula Regional has done first winner. As standing it in the middle is Lachlan baby. He's completely lost the plot. He's absolutely killed Matt Gringo. Callum Scotland is on the inside trying to take the lead away from Anthony Victor Chappelle. Going down towards the hairpin. Chappelle tries to turn in, but there's a car who is inside. Scotland lost the car. And they're still going to be side by side coming out of the hairpin. Scotland lost the car mid-corner. Chappelle has to avoid him. We've seen contact side by side here. They keep it clean. Now into the left-hander. Scotland takes the lead, and surely now he can run away with it. Now we are going 3 wide on the straight. Marcel Miku on the right. That is Jules Flint in the middle. He has to back off. Marcel Miku breaks so late around the outside. Fantastic move from Marcel Miku. and the race 1 winner Onombi is getting held up by Victor, who's gone deep. Oh, he spun and crashed into Onombi, who sees that and fantastically avoids. And now Eric Onombi goes all the way to the inside. 3 wide for P5. Onombi has the preferred line. Can he make the corner? Yes, he can. Alex Perry tries to hold all the way around the outside, and Onombi gets caught on the curb, and Perry almost spins into Onombi. He's almost got taken out again. Oh, it's Spinny! Oh, Spinny is Juice Fleet, and Spinny is Andrew Fox. And we are going 3 wide, so we must do. My goodness me. This time, different drivers. Frank Staniewski, Benjamin Odin in the blue car, as well as Lachlan PP in the black car. Lachlan PP breaks later, in the middle. A 5-way brawl for 8th. As for Fox now, oh, Master Miku is round! Master Miku has crashed! Lachlan PP is still in 9th somehow. Oh, he's not anymore! The Stallion defense has come to an end, coming on towards the final lap. Matt Gringo takes 9th. He's trying to leave the... Oh, it's Spinny in the background. That's for Fox, who's also lost so many positions. Callum Scotland. That's Marcel Miku's space. Callum Scotland wins race number 2. Anthony Victor Chappelle will take P2. Luckily for Marcel Miku, he's still going to finish ahead of his biggest championship rival, Eric Onombi, being P3. So, after 2 chaotic races at Hockenheim, Eric Onombi, the Swedish driver from Macquarie Motors, will currently lead the championship with 74 points. Marcel Miku, unfortunately, will be missing tonight, so it's a great chance for Onombi to extend his championship lead, and a great chance for the likes of Callum Scotland, Anthony Victor Chappelle, and Jan Robel to close the gap to Marcel Miku and leapfrog him in the championship. There are a few new drivers coming in this round, the likes of Pablo Gutierrez, who of course finished 7th last season in Formula Regional, will definitely be one to watch out for tonight. Hello and welcome to qualifying of round 2 at Shanghai International Circuit here at Formula Regional for season 19 of Phoenix SimSport. Pablo Gutierrez will be the first driver to take on the challenge of qualifying on this very long circuit. The lap almost takes 2 minutes, so drivers will be getting, well, 4 flying laps at best in their for their qualifying efforts. So it looks like we will have 20 drivers so far, at least in the qualifying session. As we see, that is Fox on behind Pablo Gutierrez, another driver that's making their debut in this season, at least in the Formula Regional, in round number 2. Got a driver currently waiting on the pit exit. Well, he's going to wait for a long time to try to find a gap, as all the drivers that, well, exited the pits early on has started their flying lap. And the driver that set the fastest lap in practice session has spun at turn 1. I was looking at my data sheet, so I didn't even catch onto how he spun there. But that is, well, 1 lap ruined for Gutierrez, and his track position is now suboptimal because, well, there's another car in front of him. Let's take a look at the, well, the championship leader. Here he is, coming around the final corner. The Swedish driver had a swimming session about 2 hours ago. He's just got home about 15 minutes ago, so he's out of practice, even though he did a few practice laps early on this week. In terms of tonight, he might need a few laps to get back into his rhythm. But his closest championship contender is missing tonight, so that will be a bit of a relief for Nambi. Third place in the championship, Callum Scotland, though, is driving tonight. And a few other quick drivers, including Jan Robel, who set a quite fast lap time in practice as well. So plenty of drivers to look out for tonight. A few drivers, or a few other drivers that are making their debut. Aurora Bahamondes, who last raced in this league in season 16. That's basically a year ago in the IndyCar series. He's making his return this week in a different series. Luis Rubiales, who missed the opening round at Hockenheim, is racing tonight, and so is Giga Sass, one of the Ventus Racing drivers. I believe alongside Federico Latini, of course, and Matt Gringo. As Shoes Flint now goes to the top, but a 202 is not very competitive. A 159 is slightly more so, but I believe Poe should be around the 157 mark, depending on how the track evolves. Jan Robel now sets a 158.3 to go to the top of the standings. That lap should put him inside the top 5 at the end of qualifying. Off in the final corner is Federico Latini. Now you have to be careful in that final corner, because if you go slightly wide and get hooked on the curb, as Eric Ornombi sets a 157.176. Now without Marcel Miko tonight, it's just Eric Ornombi's race to lose. He's got the pace, he's got the consistency. Surely pole and race 1 victory is his target. Now in terms of race 2, he might get involved in incidents, so it might not go well, but pole and race 1 victory should be what Eric Ornombi is targeting for tonight. And with none of the top 5 in the standings from last season here tonight, he did finish 6th in Formula Regional in season 18, so he is the highest positioned returning driver from last season. Another purple sector 1, but he's going to get blocked. I believe that is Luis Rubiales, who is lagging a bit through turn 8. And Ornombi's lap is going to get hampered. No, Rubiales gets out of the way very cleanly. Sees Ornombi coming, lets him go, but Ornombi did go wide as Rubiales spins in the background, unfortunate for the Spanish driver. Who have we not talked about? Krzysztof Ranowski, of course, car number 399, the Polish driver. Now, he raced in the MX5 series last season, was a regular in that series, but this is his Formula Regional debut. Period Yota Wanu is one of 2 Thai drivers in the entry list. And he has a very striking livery, you must say. White and gold. Very interesting livery that for Pirayota. David Serrano is the new driver, car number 160 from Spain. Now he signed up about 3 hours ago, so he definitely lacks practice in this vehicle. So if he can pick up just a singular point on his debut, it will be probably success for David. As Pablo Gutierrez now does go to the top 2 as expected. So the drivers that finished 6th and 7th in the championship standings last season, I beg your pardon, is now P1 and P2 in the standings this season in this qualifying session. As I did mention, Max Simons is missing again this week. Marcel Miko had things to do. I am commentating. Carlos Cavaco did not return, and Jack Smith is once again a spectator. The season 18 champion. Don't forget. Now that, oh, Jack Smith has driven out of the pits. That is a revelation. Now he's sat in the pits throughout the Hockenheim session. Is he? Oh, well, that's not gone well. That's really not gone well. I believe that's David Serrano. I want to say that just spun there. Sorry, David, if it was not you, but My God, that couldn't have gone worse. 2 personal best sectors for Matt Gringo. Now he needs to improve by a full second to... Yeah, he knows he needs to improve by a lot. And he's lost the chance of doing another lap as well. If you send it too hard in the final corner, you get onto that gravel trap, there's no coming back, and young Robert has done the exact same thing. Which means his final lap is also going to get ruined, because his exit is so poor. Benjamin Olding, though, will get a nice little slipstream from Jean Robert up ahead. As next across line is Avidas Vicious, 2 personal best sectors. He goes up to 8th ahead of Jules Flint. How about Gigasas? I don't think he's on a lap, so he's about to start his final flying lap. Darren McAllister here leading Alex Perry. Those double yellow motorsport drivers, well, driving for technically different teams. As McAllister goes up to 7th. McAllister in the blue and black car. Well, he's gone off. That is unfortunate. Of course, he is in the AOR team colors with, I believe, Alex Perry, of course, in the yellow and black, normal, traditional double yellow motorsport livery. Now, is Jack Smith actually on a flying lap? He's got traffic again. As young Robel is not going to improve, so he's retired from the session because we need to rejoin the session because race 1 and race 2 are different lengths. It's just Assetto Corsa stuff. Jackson is pushing on. Now he's gonna have some damage on his front wing after that contact with the other driver, and I believe he's got Luis Rubiales in front of him, who is 5 seconds off the pace. So Jack could get blocked here on his one and only flying lap, and that is the last thing he wants to have, or to do, rather. And Jan Rubel says sorry for crash, so maybe he impeded somebody while crashing. That's Jack Smith now. That's really close to the back of Rubiales. Almost nudging the Spaniard forward, getting a bit of dirt here in his nose. Gigasas has gone to 3rd. I'm not sure if he's 4th or 3rd. I think Jan Rubel also did a 58.3, but he's left the sessions. We don't know the end result. Jack Smith now goes in front of Rubiales. Rubiales needs to not brake too late. He doesn't. Jack actually brakes too late. He gets on the outside, 3rd lap. Surely is invalid. Or has he just gotten away with it? Getting on the outside curve. Callum Scotland goes 3rd. Jack Smith goes 5th. Oh, that will be 6th because Jan Robel is definitely ahead of him. And Scotland misses out on the front row by 22,000 of a second. So Jan Robel is 15,000 behind Gigasas, which means Gigasas will start 4th, and Jan Robel will be on the 5th row alongside our reigning champion, Jack Smith. Start from Marcel. That is the wrong thing, as I haven't taken that off, as we take a short break before race number 1 starts. Now, before race number 1, which will last 15 laps, gets underway, let's have a look at the best start of round number 1. She's on board with Matt Gringo, who started 15th, and after one corner, he's 5th. The door completely opened up on him. Wide open, you could say. Now is a similar thing going to, well, happen tonight? We shall see. Here we go. I'm your commentator, Weber Nurashto, as we take a look at the grid. Eric Onombi, the championship leader, starts from pole position alongside Pablo Gutierrez. These two battles throughout last season in Formula Regional already. Callum Scotland ahead of Giga Sass will be row number 2. Jan Robel from 5th, well, ahead of our reigning champion, Jack Smith, who only did 1 lap at the end of qualifying. Now he says he's got some internet issues. Let's see if that sorts itself out. Anthony Victor Chappelle will be starting from 7th alongside Federico Latini. That is Matt Gringo from 9th ahead of Darren McAllister. Then from 11th is Alex Perry ahead of Aurora Bahamondes. Then we've got Evitas Kvitovicius, as well as Priayuta Wanganu. And then it is Jules Flint and Christoph Ranowski on the 8th row, ahead of Benjamin Olding and Jakub Borovic. Those of the AOA WL Motorsport entry on row number 9. Luis Rubiales, Fox Sound, and David Serrano will round out your 21-car grid here at Shanghai International Circuit. Now a quick look at the tyre compound that drivers have chosen for the start of this race. Jan Robert has gone for the hards, but most drivers have gone for the round 1, race 1 winning strategy, which is the mediums. Darren McAllister, though, on the softs. Very bold choice from McAllister. It's lights out, and away we go at Shanghai. A great start from Jan Robel into the Alpine livery car. He is into the middle. Pablo Gutierrez pulls away cleanly and takes the lead from Eric Onombi. Down to the inside is Giga Sass. Now he takes second from Onombi. The pole sitter down to 4th, down to 5th, getting shaken, going onto the grass. Off goes Onombi. 4 course yellow deployed. Anthony Victor Chappelle is up into ace 6 now from ace, and also going off is Jan Robel. Once again, he has no luck. He dropped down to 18th in race number 2 in Hockenheim. After starting inside the top 10, he's now down to 18th again, starting inside the top 5. And Eric Onombi is P9. What a torrid start for the Swedish driver, as 4 course yellow is about to end. We go green flag racing in 2, 1. And we are green, and David Serrano, in his first race at Phoenix SimSport, Unfortunately, gets a 5-second penalty for full course yellow delta. Side by side, almost for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Jack Smith goes slightly wide, defending his position on Anthony Victor Chappelle. And going to the inside is the Mantis Racing driver Federico Latini, now challenging Jack Smith around the outside. Have to be careful, don't get onto the curb. That can be very dangerous. Ornombi immediately passed Darren McAllister, 4 PA. Their Scotland now sends it to the inside of Pablo Gutierrez into the left-hander. And this will be a slipstream heaven. And trouble back there. Darren McAllister is round. And another full course yellow. And more contact. That is Matt Gringo with him facing the wrong way. Callum Scotland, can he get past? Pablo Gutierrez before full course yellow? No. And rounding the background is not Anthony Victor Chappelle, it is Alex Perry. Now, quickly into the replays, we have missed so many actions. What happened to Alex Perry going into full course yellow? Oh, he got punted by Federico Latini. And we have a safety car, where a full safety car has been deployed. A full safety car has been deployed, which means there are so many people that got damaged on lap number 1, they can now pit for repair. Jan Robel has been punted around on the safety car. What on earth happened there then? Who's that? Just Matt Gringo absolutely drilled the rear of Jan Robel as well as Luis Rubiales. In my eyes, crashing like that on the safety car should be a disqualification. That is inexcusable. That was already under safety car conditions. They ran down the order, then Pablo Gutierrez, who started second, is up to first. Callum Scotland up 1 position into second. Giga Sass is in third ahead of the reigning champion Jack Smith. Eric Ornombi, all of that, somehow is up to 5th. And we have... Why are we crashing on the safety car? What? Another replay. Okay, let's see this first then. So this was after the first full course yellow. Matt Gringo onto the braking zone. Ooh, it's Chappelle braking too late. And Ornombi, I think, tapped Gringo around, but is there anything could have done? Let's see from this angle. So Chappelle, the yellow car on the inside, brakes too late. Yeah, there's nothing Latini could have done. He had to turn in by then. And then Ornombi gives Gringo a tip, and both Mantis Racing drivers lost so many time there in that corner. Pablo Gutierrez is still the leader. Now, what's the next replay I have to find? It is turn 1, isn't it? There was mayhem back then because Matt Gringo hit people on the safety car. What happened here? As Chappelle just looped it on the safety car. Third gear, braking, second gear, downshift, spin on the safety car. And who just... The Mantis Racing car couldn't avoid him, and he's sitting in the middle of the road, and both of the AOAW Motorsport drivers has to go around him. And that is shocking, just a shocking mistake from Chappelle. He was 9th, I think, or 8th. He's now down to 14th. He's just lost 6 positions. In that spin, I think 5, he was 9th. Yes, Webster. What is happening in this race? I forgot who you are again because... are you Craig Luckhurst? My memory doesn't serve anything, so... SC in next lap. Okay, so we're not going racing. Yes, hello Craig, that is you, good to know. It's gone just upside down. I think Eric Ornombi might be getting a penalty there for tapping Gringo around. I'm not sure if he could have done anything better. He's now trying to go side by side with Jack Smith as one of the cars shot into the pit lane. Why has Alex Perry into the pits then? He's on the medium tires. That is a bizarre choice. As he was the 11th, he was right on the cusp of reverse cripple. Now maybe got damage from that turn 1 melee caused by Anthony Victor Chappelle. Or something else happened. Luis Rubiales also into the pits. So Unfortunately, we've lost Aurora Bahamondes. At least he's a lap down because his internet has meant he's lost a lap. Now, can he unlap himself then? Because otherwise he's going to start. Where is he actually? No, he doesn't need to. Has he been lapped? Or has he not been lapped? I don't think he's been lapped actually. He's behind. What? See? Hey? This leaderboard makes no sense. I'm not in replay. Fox sound is all the way there. I think Aurora has been lapped? I don't know. I'm very confused. Letting Luis Rubiales go, maybe he's just letting everyone go. Maybe that's the case. But anyway, back to the front then. Pablo Gutierrez leads from Callum Scotland. Gigasas ahead of Jack Smith, who can still win this, even though he doesn't practice a lot and doesn't seem to have the pace to challenge the front guys. Eric Onombi has been kind of saved by this safety car. He's over all of that. He's up to 5th. He might get a penalty though, so he might need to make moves quick and make moves fast. A brilliant opening lap for Pirayuta Wanu, who's somehow avoided all the drama and moved himself up to 6th. Avidas in 7th. David Serrano, if you remember, started plumb last in 21st. He's up to 8th. He's gained 13 positions on lap number 1. After, I believe, Federico Latini gained 15 on lap number 1 last week at Hockenheim Race 1. So it proves that with a grid so big, there will be trouble, there will be drama, and if you are lucky, if you plan your moves right, even if you start on the last row, you can easily make it up into the top 10 after lap 1. Gutierrez went a bit wide there. I think, yeah, now he's going. The Spaniard puts a hammer down, and we go back racing on lap number 4 on 15. Pablo Gutierrez leads from Scotland. Eric Onombi is off with Pirayuta Wanu, who's lost all of the good work immediately after the restart. Meanwhile, Scotland to the inside, challenging Gutierrez. They make contact. Scotland is off. Gutierrez is off. On cold tires. Gigasas is off. They've all crashed. The top 3 are out. And we have, miraculously, the reigning champion, Jack Smith, leads at Shanghai. Full course yellow has been deployed for a 3rd time running. Benjamin Audi has slowed down way too early. Now Darren McAllister, did he get ahead of him? Not sure. David Serrano is in 5th. He's clearly going to hold up the pack because he doesn't have the pace. But meanwhile, as we are into full course yellow, what happened at turn 1 on the restart? Callum Scotland had a look to the inside. There was no contact. They both just brake too late. There's no grip on the outside. The tires are stone cold. They both go off. And through goes Jack Smith. And we are almost back to green flag racing. I think we are already because I was in the replay session. So David Serrano getting absolutely hounded here. He doesn't have the pace. He has to be careful. Just trying to survive this phase, and we're almost going 3 wide into turn 9. That is never ideal, and we are still almost 3 wide. Callum Scotland is making a fantastic comeback after spinning at turn 1. He's already back up to 8th. Pablo Gutierrez is down to 19th. Where is Gigasas? He was 3rd, he's now 15th. They've all lost a lot of time. We are crashing again at the back, but nobody thankfully is around. And off goes one of the yellow car, that is Alex Perry from the Double Yellow Motorsport entry, dropping down a few places. Pirayuta Wanu, after spinning on the immediate safety restart, somehow is back up to 10th. This is absolute... Oh my god! What on earth happened there? What have I just seen? What? That? Eh? And another car around. That's David Serrano, and he's pounded by Matt Greenger. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. The champion championship leader takes the lead. Eric Ornoby takes the lead from the reigning champion. We have a Mark 1 Motorsport 1-2, but it's a new guy. It's a young guy, Eric Ornoby at the top of the standings. Darren McKay is now trying to make the move on the inside of Evita's Vicious. He's still on those soft tires, remember? But he needs to make the moves fast because those softs will degrade later on in the race. He's up to fourth. Scotland can still probably get third. He's definitely faster than the 3 drivers ahead of him. And immediately down into turn 6, Scotland will go and take 5th position back from Evita's Vicious. Jack Smith trying to go with Eric Ornoby, but I don't think he has the pace. Now, let's have a look. Jules Flint. Where are you? Jules Flint. Back straight. What on earth happened? He's side by side with his teammate Callum Scotland, and he just runs into the back of his teammate. And he spins all the way across the track. He's fine. Whichever the pink car is not fine. That is, I believe, Krzysztof Ronalski. Let's go on with a Polish driver. He sees Flint's flying, turns right, tries to avoid him, onto the grass, go spin in the middle. 1 car avoids him, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars avoid him, and boom, straight into the, well, into the side. Who was that? Was that? No, that wasn't Fox Sound. Who went straight there? I think he's retired. That's Aurora who didn't avoid him on the keyboard. Back to live racing actions. Callum Scotland's up to 4th. He's passed Darren McAllister. Off goes Evita's Vicious. The Lithuania has unfortunately dropped down to P9. And Aurora, I think, has, his Wi-Fi died again. Meanwhile, challenge for 3rd. Callum Scotland to the inside of Jakub Borovic. Borovic is going to try to hang around the outside. There's no grip out there. He has to be careful. He does maintain control of the car, which gives the chance to his teammate, Darren McAllister, to roar around the outside. Can't do it. They stay 4th, 5th, and now 6th. Benjamin Olding is defending for his life on Jan Robel, who, if you still remember, was 18th at the end of lap 1. He's up to 7th. What a fantastic comeback from Jan Robel. He's about to take 6 away from Benjamin Oldin. Down into turn 6. On the inside, got Pireuta Wanu poking his nose in as well to the inside. I can get the traction on the inside. Doesn't seem like it. But Jan Robel is through for 6. Great comeback also getting attempted by Pablo Gutierrez down to 19th after spinning at turn 1 on the safety car restart, which was lap 4. He's now up to 13th and going side by side with Anthony Victor Chappelle, who spun on the same corner but during the safety car. That's 12th and 13th, and they fight it out. Wano, meanwhile, car off. That is Fox on 2 laps down, getting out of the way cleanly. Thank you, Fox Hunt, for your service. Giga Sass now. As all, lots of movements, 3 wide into this corner. Pablo Gutierrez on the inside takes 11th. Luis Rubial's hands around the outside. And now he squeezes Anthony Victor Chappelle to the outer limit of the track, but they stay clean. Very well done for all 3 drivers. Chappelle still on the outside, but then Pablo Gutierrez gives the slipstream to his compatriot. Luis Rubiales now has the slipstream of Pablo Gutierrez, who's now in the middle as a sitting duck because he doesn't have a single toe. Pablo Gutierrez has to defend the inside line, which means it's a chance for Luis Rubiales to go into the middle. He backs out of it just about. Pablo Gutierrez fends off, but he gets a shaky exit. Chappelle gives him a tap. Pablo Gutierrez squeezes Chappelle out onto the grass. They will stay side by side down towards the final corner. Chappelle takes it. Gutierrez trying to head around the outside. Fantastic from Pablo Gutierrez. All the way around the outside to defend the 11th position. And now, we're getting a great run. It's Luis Rubiales. And we've got Federico Martini also joining to try a 4-way fight for P11. Has to be careful into turn 1. This is a very easy corner to lose control, as we've seen countless times already tonight. Jan Robel has had trouble. He's spun, he's hit the wall, he's backed up to 10th. So the fantastic recovery from car number 8 is up down once again. As Latini now tries to find a way through. Actually, I think he's trying to find a way through. Oh, Chappelle diving to the inside of turn 6. Chappelle gets scared off the line. And Latini squeezes him out. Brilliant overtake from Federico Latini. Up to 13th goes the Italian. Chappelle. Now he's kind of detached from Gutierrez and he's understeered off and oh my goodness, he's onto the grass. He's going to lose 2 more positions. That is Ju flings through, that is Matt Green goes through. And Latini has been passed actually by Jules Flint. The 2 positions gained in 1 corner for Jules Flint. As the teammate of Callum Scotland, the second driver of MCS Motorsport moves up into 13th and Latini. Oh! What is that? What is that? And Chappelle is also around. Quick look at the replay then. As I'm trying my best to find Martini. There he is. Now in towards the left-hander, but I think turn 11, he braked way too late, locks up all 4 tires. He's completely missed his braking point. And he gets onto the grass and spins himself round. I think Jules Flint did get a bit of nose damage. C now continues his battle with Matt Gringo for 13th. Galax Perry now passing a recovery Federico Latini for 15th. Meanwhile, at the front, Eric Onobi leads by 2 seconds. 4 course yet has been caught. I think there's a car round. Scotland! 3rd place driver! Callum Scotland! What's happened there? He was definitely running along. Has he fumbled it at turn number 1 again? Let's have a look. 6th gear, turning, brake, downshift, 4th gear, downshift to 3rd, downshift to 2nd, the rear gets loose. That's fine. Ooh, too much throttle, and he spins right on the apex of turn 2. And what's happened there? Back behind them. Foxhound was also involved in a separate incident as Callum Scotland almost drives behind the pit wall. And where has he dropped to? We're already on the green flag. The real penalty has a bit of a lag after I go into the replays. Scotland is back down to P8. They're side by side in front of the Giga South, trying to make the move on Benjamin Olding. And young Robel here is on a 2nd recovery run. Oh, and off goes Commander Vicious at turn number 9. That's a free position for Jan Robel. Meanwhile, at the foreground, Benjamin Olden has been defending very, very hard against Giga Sass. Now Callum Scotland has caught him. Darren McAllister, though, on those soft tires, if my memory serves correct, is chasing down, still chasing down Jakub Borovic, who has been passed by Borovic last time. Maybe that's the case. So up to 3rd goes Jakub Borovic. We're now on board with Giga Sass. Behind him is Scotland. Benjamin Olding and Piriota 1 punching the hole for all of them. Olding looks inside the Norwegian. The tie gets offline. The Norwegian has stalled the car. What? Eh? The replay. What? We tried to make the move on the... Oh! He completely locked up the race. So that's what happened. My God. That is quite remarkable. Still battling between the AOAW Motorsport drivers. Borovic losing the car. Up to 3rd goes Darren McAllister. Jan Robel, meanwhile, has cleared all the mess and moved up to P8. Where is Gutierrez? He is 7 seconds behind this train. He has cleared Rubiales, so up to 11th goes the Spaniard. But his car must be very damaged as Rubiales sends one to the inside, fending off quite well by Pablo Gutierrez. Oh, and all the way onto the curve was Federico Latini trying to pass Alex Perry, but unsuccessful, unfortunately. Callum Scotland has made it all the way up to 6th again, and Giga Sass goes wide and relinquishes 7th position to Jan Robel. As Jan Robel takes that position going into turn 11, up to 7th goes Canabay. Tariq on the throttle for Giga Sass. Is he going to lose these to Benjamin Olding? The answer is potentially yes, but we are side by side between the AOA teams again. It is Jakub Borovic on the right, Darren McAllis on the left. Meanwhile, Callum Scotland pulls outside, pulls alongside, I should say, period one. Oh, what is that in the background? The tire driver almost swerved into Scotland. It looks like another rear locking immediately after applying brake pressure. Could have been monumental contact there between the tire and the Scot. Luckily, they both survive, and now Borovic up to third. Scotland right on the back of McAllister into this troubled turn 1, 2, 3 zone that he has spun himself twice already tonight. But he still has a chance of finishing third. He's gone deep again. He needs to find some grip, and McAllister now speeds on the inside, and a quick save to still stay in fifth ahead of Wang Anu. All of these drivers struggling because of hot tires. Probably the track temperature is definitely not 24 degrees. Surely not. I don't actually know what it is. As Wang Anu sets it to the inside of McAllister into turn 6. Are those softs dying? Are those softs just too overheating for Darren McAllister? He's still trying to hang around the outside of turn number 7 on Wang Anu. McAllister rolls around the outside. Does he find traction on the outside? Jan Robel now joins the battle. There's a 5-second penalty for cutting for Luis Rubiales, so he has breached the track limits 4 times, 3 wide off. That's never going to work. McAllister spins into Anu and spins across as Scotland now takes third from Borovic. Jan Robel now, right on the back of Anu, with McAllister now holding up the other AOA teammate. Benjamin Odin gets offline. Bevitas tries to roll around the outside. Can he find grip around the outside? The answer is yes. As Jan Nobel now right on the back of Anu. Oh my goodness me! A spin for Benjamin Odin right in the middle of the apex. Now he drives off the circuit. Very, very well done by the Norwegian driver to not impede further drivers behind as Jan Robel now pulls to the inside and passes Pirel to Wang Anu for fifth. But Wang Anu once again able to brake later. Oh, a bit of a contact between the pair of them. But luckily, all good. They're pointing in the right direction. Meanwhile, 3 wide almost for 10s. Where has Pablo Gutierrez got? Pablo Gutierrez retired from the session. Who is that going off? That is Avidas Quintalavicius losing nice. So all 3 of these drives up to 9s, goes Jules Fleet up to 10s, goes Luis Rubiales up to 11s, goes Matt Gringo. Now, top 10 will be reversed for race number 2, so whoever gets 10s is very important. This will be a dogfight between Matt Gringo and Luis Rubiales. Unfortunately, we have lost Pablo Gutierrez, who started second, was leading the race after the safety car. But he spun at this treacherous corner himself, and Matt Gringo rounds into the back of Luis Rubiales and spins himself. Jan Robel, meanwhile, still cannot get past Wang Anu, who defends to the inside, brakes later. Jan Robel, yes, he's on those hard tires. They are more durable. They should have more grip now in the latter stages of the race. That's why he is absolutely pushing Wang Anu, basically nudging him through the high-speed stuff, because his hards have more grip now than those ailing mediums, and almost having to brake, and Wang Anu just lost it on the braking, and Robel makes the move up into fifth. But now can Wang Anu try to revenge? If he wants to, he has to make the move on the next straight, otherwise Jan Robel is running away with this. The lead at the front up to 6.5 seconds for Aragon on B. Wang Anu actually picks his braking point quite well as Pablo Gutierrez unfortunately leaves the server. We'll see if he rejoins for the second race, but if he does, he's going to have to start from plumb last, basically. Let's kick us now in our little picture, goes around the outside of McAllister. Those softs definitely do not have any grip left. He still has, well, 4.5 laps to go. 4 laps in this straight. That is almost impossible for McAllister as Wang Anu has to lift, trying to get the slipstream from Jan Robel and brakes later around the outside. He's absolutely made the corner. Fantastic overtake for Wang Anu, once again being able to brake later. Then Jan Robel as Gigasas absolutely cuts the curb, and he is up to 7s. If he can get the traction on McAllister, surely has more traction than McAllister. McAllister doesn't back off. McAllister actually able to defend on the inside and makes a corner, and this will all mean Jules Flynn get closer and closer because McAllister has absolutely no pace on those soft tires. Down the inside goes Gigasas. Yep, parked it on the apex. McAllister can't do anything on those soft tires, like I said. Now Gigasas can try to run away. If he doesn't go wide at turn number 3, he's gone slightly wider. And Young Robel now once again trying to challenge Wanu in the middle part, because this is where those better grip hard tires, well, now better grip hard tires have the advantage in the corners. But it doesn't look like Robel has a straight line speed, so maybe there's a setup difference as well. As Wanu has punked Robel off. That's not very kind. That is in fact very rude. And Robel loses the car, and he has to rejoin rather unconventionally, steering 6, so Gigasas finally clears Darren McAllister, so up into 7s goes Giga. Meanwhile, battle for 11s. Now they need to kind of get their act together, because if they don't, Luis Rubiales is taking the reverse grip pole as Economy sets the fastest lap of the race in 158.3. The lead between him and Jack Smith now 8.7 seconds actually. And off is McAllister. All those soft tires, they have finally given up. So Matt Green go up to 10s, and he's actually chasing Luis Rubiales down. So Andrew Perry now becomes the driver that everyone wants to get through immediately, because if they want to get to the top 10, first of all, they have to pass Alex Perry. Is there a late dive coming? Not yet. Oh, and off in the background is Avidas, just running onto those AstroTurf, which has absolutely no grip. And he's probably on his final track limit, where he's had to slow down to a T to not get a 5-second penalty, which means he's now... Oh, you can see the background, Avidas getting out of shape in the final corners. Through goes Anthony Victor Chappelle, and through almost goes Benjamin O'Neill. Oh my goodness! Latini has made contact with Perry, and Latini is off into turn 1. Oh, and he's spun across the track. Oh, you see right in the middle of the racing line, and spinning is McAllister. Another 4-course yellow. Quick replay. Who was it? So Latini. Let's go on board with the Italian driver, then trying to pass Alex Perry. Probably go with this angle so we can see what happened here. Latini's telemetry. Well, Perry kind of didn't turn in, but Latini also turned into him. It's kind of a, I don't know, half-half. What happened to Matt Gringo then? He was behind Rubiales, hang on. So Rubiales at the moment, Matt Gringo had to avoid him and drive into the gravel. So who's where now? We're already back up to green flag country. Alex Perry is now at 10th. Rubiales is right on the back of Jules Flint. Matt Gringo losing 10th. He's down to 15th. I believe that was also McAllister spinning at turn 1. Those soft tire gamble has definitely not paid off, unfortunately, for Darren McAllister. Oh, and Avidas brakes too late, almost runs into the back of Benjamin Olding, and he has to let things go. But look at Latini also struggling on the tires. Everybody is struggling for grip. Luis Rubiales is on a brilliant run. He's almost got ace. Jules Fate is right in front of him. Rubiales brakes later on the outside. Jules Flint, very aggressive. Didn't leave Rubiales a lot of space to walk with. They just about detach from each other to continue their battle race. Neither of them would want to throw this one out of the way, because this means, as it stands, Rubiales will start second next race and Flint will start third next race. As I've just seen the message sent by Piotr Szczekowski, Gigasas is now up into 7s, as in the little box. Federico Latini trying to make the move on Benjamin Olding to turn 1. He died at turn 1 last lap. He's made the move this time. Through for 12s. Goes the Italian driver, Avidas. Just getting too close to the rear end of Benjamin Olding, and spinning goes the Lithuania. Around the outside goes Rubiales. Oh my goodness me! Can he make the corner? He has. Does he have the traction though? Does he have the active? Jules Flint pulls alongside again, and Jules Flint retakes 8. That was almost fantastic from Rubiales, breaking all the way on the outside of turn 6. And now you gotta be careful following through turn 7 and 8. Third gear can come into play. Jules Flint slightly wide. Rubiales using all of the track width and trying to set up the active to make a move down towards turn 11 at the back straight. Rubiales definitely has the pace, but they have to be careful. Alex Perry is catching both of them. And so is Anthony Victor Chappelle as we go to the last lap of the race. Eric Onombi once again sets the fastest lap of the race. His lead at the front up to 15 seconds. What a dominant display tonight for Eric Onombi. Even though he had a shocking start, he was down to 11th at one point. He somehow made it up to P1, basically after the safety car. Absolutely insane. Still better face. Rubiales around the outside of Jules Flint. Oh! But that's a dangerous rejoin, but Flint just cannot make that happen. He went too deep last time, he went even deeper this lap. But he does give the position back to Rubiales, so that I think is fine. However, Alex Perry has now picked up the pieces and he has now made it up to ace. Which means Jules Flint is now in that precious 10th place. However, he's got a very fast Anthony Victor Chappelle right behind him. So it's all to play for still. Oh, and Luis Rubiales very aggressive. On the inside of Alex Perry, badges Perry out of the way. That was also very rude. Up to ace goes Rubiales. And now look at who is here. Anthony Victor Chappelle is like a lion looking at all of his prey. He could still get ace on the final lap. Jules Flint knows he has to defend. This is for reverse grippo. Chappelle tries to go around the outside. Where did Chappelle go? He's gone deep. Meanwhile, at the front, it's another dominant display. In race number 1, in the feature race, he is unstoppable. The Mark 1 Motorsport driver Eric Onombi wins again. For the second time this season. Second feature race in a row. Jack Smith, the reigning champion, will complete a Mark 1 Motorsport 1-2 as he finishes a distant second behind his teammate Onombi. Callum Scotland after, well, that's one way to come across the line. Callum Scotland after dropping down outside the top 10 after that torrid safety car restart spinning at turn number 1, he's going to come home in third. A very good recovery from the Scottish driver. Borovic will take 4th. A fantastic recovery from Jean Robert, 17th to 5th. Can Wanu fend off Gigasas? And who is going to take the last, well, the first, I should say, starting position in race number 2 there. Meanwhile, battling for ace, Alex Perry now has passed Rubiales and now going to the inside to defend his position. Don't make contact, don't throw it away. And off goes Chappelle in the background. Chappelle has gone deep. Does that leave the door open for Jules Flint as Rubiales fights with Perry? And at the background, Jules Flint has gone past. Jules Flint has taken 10th position on the final lap. And Rubiales, hang on, Rubiales has a 5-second penalty. So is that going to get added into the result then? Now how is that going to work? Well, I guess we'll find out when the session jumps. Before the session jumps, let's go on board with the post Eric Onombi to see how he went from 1st to 11th and back to 1st. We'll use this view again. So he gets a swap over there, and then Robel can't avoid him, so drives into the back of him. That's how Robel drops down to 18th. That's how Onombi drops down to 11th. Oh, and that's full course yellow. So Alex Perry spun immediately, trying to react to full course yellow. That's interesting. Let's fast forward a bit. Now he gets a good round coming out of full course yellow because it ended right on the active zone. So he passes Darren McAllister here on the inside of turn number 7. That is fine. And then all melee happened right in front of him. It was Japan who braked too late, ran into Latini. Latini tried to turn in. The car was still there, and Aragonobi also gave Matt Gringo a tap around. But then, at the safety car restart, he was fifth. He was behind all the drama, and when he gets into turn number one, the world opened up for him. Round goes one, round goes two, round goes three. Remarkable. Welcome back to race number 2. The top 10 from race number 1 is reversed, and the real time penalties are not counted in, which means Jules Flint, who finished 10th on the road, will start from pole in race number 2 alongside Luis Rubiales. So that crucial overtake coming out of the hairpin on the final lap got Jules Flint 10th and got him reverse grip pole. Second row will be consisting of Alex Perry and Giga Sass. Third row, Pirayota Wanu alongside Jan Robert. Federico Latini is starting alongside Borovic, who started 18th in race 1 and finished 4th. That just says whatever you start doesn't matter, because Rubiales, who started 19th, finished 9th. That's how he's able to start from the front row in race number 2. Row number 5, Jack Smith and Ergonombi, who started second and who finished, I should say, second and first respectively in race number 1. And then the unlucky 11th position, Anthony Victor Chappelle ahead of Federico Latini, who both couldn't get the reverse grid luck. Benjamin Olding next up ahead of Matt Gringo. Then we have Darren McAllister ahead of Christopher Radowski, who unfortunately got caught up in that huge crash on the back straight. Then we've got Avidas Quintravicius, Pablo Gutierrez, who has returned after his torrid race number 1, and Aurora Bahamondes, who's still fighting Wi-Fi issues, unfortunate for him. So a quick look at the tire selections. Alex Perry is on soft, so is Jack Smith, so is Matt Gringo, so is still Darren McAllister. Very bold choices from a lot of drivers as the lights are coming on now. It's lights out and away we go for the second and final time here in Shanghai. Jules Flint gets away fantastically, but Giga Sass is now in the middle and passing Luis Rubiales. So up to second goes Giga Sass. Alex Perry tries to go around the outside. Does anyone have a crash in turn number 1, or does everybody make it through? It looks very clean this time, at least at the front pack. Finally they learned how to drive after 15 laps in race number 1. It's a bloody miracle. So Jules Flint, I beg your pardon, leads from Giga Sass, from Alex Perry, from Pireo to Wang Anu, from Luis Rubiales, who drops down from second to fifth into turn 6, as Luis Rubiales sends into the inside of Wang Anu. Brilliant stand from the Spanish driver. Oh, going 3 wide backs there. Ornombi seeing all of the chaos, and he has to get out of there. So up to 11s, or down to 11s, I should say, down to 12s now. So a drop of 2 positions for Ornombi on the opening lap of the race. That is not ideal for the championship leader. Oh, the car in front of him almost spins the yellow car off. And Victor Chappelle fighting with Jack Smith, and they made contact. I think the teammate had made contact slightly there, but they just about keep the key. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Jules Flint has to go to the middle to defend. Giga Sass sends it. Just about kept it within the limits, but now this is where the toe will work. Eric Ornombi, meanwhile, trying to get past as Jackson goes around the outside until Victor Chappelle. Giga Sass doesn't need the toe. He's already alongside Jules Flint. This is not good for either of them, because the drivers behind can get the toe to pass both of them, maybe. Alex Perry is slightly too far back. He's 7 tenths back. Giga Sass actually goes back into the toe of Jules Flint and pulls outside again. We've got Pablo Gutierrez going all over the road. In the background, he's made up a few positions. So down into the heaviest braking zone of the track. And Jules Flint still keeps the lead. Now Alex Perry trying to challenge second from Giga Sass. Eric Ornombi has lost a lot of positions. He's down to 12s and he's still struggling back there. A dominant race number 1. Maybe not so in race number 2. Jack Smith goes around the outside of one of the away blue livery cars. As I believe that is Aurora Bahamondes into the pit lane to take his drive-through penalty for jumping the start. So that is Jakub Borovic now dropping down to 12th position. Meanwhile, backfill for the lead. Alex Perry has passed Giga Sass and now he's trying to set up a fantastic cutback on Jules Flint. That is absolutely wonderful from Alex Perry if he can pull that one off. Jules Flint squeezes him out. And Jules Flint doesn't get the traction. We're almost going 5 abreast as Luis Rubiales banging wheels with Jan Robel. Bahamondes has taken his drive through. Luis Rubiales once again braking later into turn 6 and taking 4th position away now from Robel. Robel will try to make the move around the outside as everyone goes side by side with Anthony Victor Chappelle. Still can't pass him. Alex Perry is through. Alex Perry has cleared Jules Flint around the outside of turn 7. Fantastic from Alex Perry. He now leads, if I remember correctly, on those soft tires, giving him more grip. At Jack Smith now up into 8th also on those soft tires. Actually, Victor Chappelle has lost it. He's lost it at turn number 8. That's why Eric Ornombi, I saw in that little box that the car in front of him just disappeared in the foreground and almost running to the back. It's Jules Flint. He gives Alex Perry a tap, and with 3 wide through turn 30, that's never going to work. That is not going to work. It's a brutal up here. Side by side with his teammate Eric Ornombi. We're almost going, I don't know how many wide. Jack Smith tries to go to the middle, and he finally in the middle. Giga Sass meanwhile side by side with Alex Perry for the lead. We have about 15 cars within 3 seconds of each other. This is not going to end well. Somebody is going to miss their braking point, surely. They've all made it through. What a miracle we are witnessing here in race number 2. They've all suddenly learned how to drive, it seems. Alex Perry still leads from Giga Sass. Does anyone go off into the gravel? No. It's so clean, it's almost unbelievable. Pablo Gutierrez is making fantastic passes as Ornombi sets the fastest lap. Pablo Gutierrez starting from 18th up to 16th or 12th, I beg your pardon. He's up 6 positions, that's what I'm trying to say. Perry still defending from Sass, and now the danger man comes. Oh, Ornombi's off! The championship leader is into the gravel! Championship leader is into the gravel. Pablo Gutierrez in 10th. If Pablo Gutierrez does the full season, he's definitely one of the championship contenders. still in the lead is Alex Perry, as now Jules Flynn tries to recover his position on Jan Robel, but Callum Scotland surely tried. Oh, too late! Jack Smith too late! Way too late! Pounds Scotland off, and Scotland has spun. The drivers have finished first and second in race number 1 has absolutely capitulated in race number 2. Jack Smith routes into Callum Scotland as Eric Ornaby spins on turn number 1. It's all unfolding here in race, or on lap number 3, I beg your pardon. But now Jakub Bolovic tries to recover, passing 0-1 and laps into 7th goes Jakub Bolovic. We are almost 3 abreast up ahead. Once again, Giga Sass now looking to the inside of Perry, who turns in on those soft tyres. They couldn't hold on for 15 laps last race. Can they hold on for 11 laps? Giga Sass gets a shaky exit. Now this is going to ruin his momentum all the way down the long straight. Jan Robel tries to go around the outside. That doesn't work. Switches the inside. Who will Perry give his slipstream to? Currently, it's for Giga Sass. Side by side for 5th, Jack Smith has cleared Rubiales. Now Rubiales gets a tow from Jack Smith, and he will try to recover the position as Giga Sass now goes left, goes right, can't find the way through. Jan Robel breaks later around the outside. Jan Robel has marked Giga Sass. Fantastic move around the outside. Oh, Rubiales has been turned around. Drama at the end of the straight. I think Wang Anu brake too late and pounded Rubiales. That's why he's waiting for the Spaniard to drive around, and Robel is taking the lead. Fastest lap from Jan Robel. And now he's going to try to go around the outside, and Perry is hit him. They've made contact. Perry is onto the... Jack Smith has been disqualified because he did not take his drive-through penalty. Oh, and Spain. And Giga Sass has now tapped Jan Robel. What is going on? What is going on now? It was clean the first 2 laps. It was so clean. And it's now all just gone tin pot for all of the drivers. Jan Robel might be able to clear Alex Perry, but we must have a look of the replays. But Jack Smith, where is he? Now, did he jump? How much did he jump the start by? No. That's unclear. That's unclear. That's not conclusive. Here is the stand. He was trying to pass Rubiales, but he can't make the corner. He pounds Callum Scotland, who then goes off himself and spins around and loses more time. This is the end incident where prior to Wang Anu just... He came from a mile back. He's absolutely missed his breaking point by a country mile. And now back over the lead, back into live racing actions. Jan Robel right into the slipstream of Alex Perry. It's all to play for because Eric Ornaby is now down to 13th. He's trying to make recoveries. He's past Latini, but he still needs to find about 10-15 seconds as Mackenzie spins once again on those soft tires. Back to the lead battle. Jan Robel around the outside of Perry. Can he make those work? He's now onto the mediums because race 2 is a sprint race. It's slightly shorter. He's gone cleanly around the outside of Perry. Even though Perry was on soft tires, but he's gone off into the gravel. They're going to lose him all the time and going to give him a track limit warning. So picking up the pieces. It's Giga Sass. Giga Sass is back up into second. Side by side behind them, Pablo Gutierrez from the 18th up to 4th. And surely he is the favorite to win this race. He's not yet. He's not yet. Jules Flynn has hung around the outside. Oh, Robel's gone off. They've all gone off. And Robel is at the middle of the road. And Gutierrez, who almost by himself, once again is up in the sun. Ornaby sets the fastest lap, but how far behind is he to the leader? He is 22 seconds behind with 7 laps to go. There's no chance Ornaby is going to get any big points. And now Giga Sass right behind Alex Perry. These two continue their battle with the lead. But Pablo Gutierrez, if he doesn't spin, surely has won this race. His pace is so much faster than these two. But these two are going to try to fight it out on the road. Jakub Bolovic is back out to 4th. He's had some great race pace. Well, not even race pace. I guess he just keeps it clean and he gets good position. Simple as that. Giga Sass tries to poke his nose. And Chappelle is off again. Where is he? He's off at turn 8 again. He's off with Matt Gringo. Meanwhile, at the foreground, Giga Sass tries to roll all the way around the outside of Alex Perry. That doesn't work. He'll try to get the cutback. He's going to get the cutback, you know. But this doesn't help any of them. Because none of them is going to get slipstream again. Meanwhile, young Robel, after spinning at turn 1, is now in recovery round. He's past. She was finished already up into 5th. Onobi is up into 12th and giving Matt Greenberg a bit of a tap. Or Greenberg maybe has spun himself round, I think. He's back down to 12th. Side by side for the lead. Gigastar has poked his nose in. He's made contact with Alex Perry. And look at Pablo Gutierrez just looming larger in the background. And Flint has sent it to the inside of Robel, who hangs around the outside and keeps that position. Once again, into the slipstream and pulls to the outside is Gigasas. Now this might not be ideal, because on the outside, if you get squeezed by the car on the inside, you can easily lose grip. Gigasas is still going to try it. Oh, he's lost grip. He's driven off. I think that is what happened to all of the drivers at the bumping there. Now he needs to not reach. Well, he needs not unsafe rejoin. And Pablo Gutierrez says, thank you very much. What a recovery this has been for the Spaniard. 18th to second, and surely first is within grasp, so close in front of him. Gigasas might have something to say about it, but he keeps his wits about him and didn't go for a late lunch. Now let's have a look at what happened to young Robel last lap at turn number 1. We're seeing this three-way battle for the lead. Let's go to this view. Third gear, he just runs out of the road. He just runs himself out of the road. And when rejoining, he gets onto the grass, almost spins into Gutierrez. So lucky that Gutierrez survived, and he's almost onto the back of Perry. The gap is down to 1.5 of a second, but Gigasas, credit to him, has gone with Pablo Gutierrez, and that might do him a lot of good to try to take second away, because young Robel on the comeback trail has passed Jakub Borovic up into 4th, so young Robel still has a chance of the podium. Eric Ornaby, meanwhile, is already onto the back of Krzysztof Radowski. He sees the chance of a singular point right in front of him. He can probably get ace, but I don't think he can get any positions up ahead of that. As Gigasas now recovers second on Gutierrez. Gutierrez breaks later, tries to hang around the outside. Can he hang it in there? If he can, he'll get the inside for the final corner, but he thinks better of it. They need to stop fighting. They need to catch Alex Perry first. Side by side for Tenzo. Radowski has lost it. And that has absolutely ruined any chance of Eric Ornaby trying to get more than a point. Radowski absolutely locked up under braking. And let's have a look at the replay then. Onboard Radowski. There we go. Tries to move to the inside to send it, and just does that. Well, yeah. Hang on, there's a full course yellow. What's happened there? I've come back into a full course yellow. Scotland's up to 5th. I don't know what that's for. Ornaby's back up to 10th. I don't know who's dropped up. I missed that because I was in the replay. And we are going back to green, I think. The top 3 are Linus third. So are 5th, 6th and 7th. Scotland has now actually passed both Borovic and Flint as Benjamin Olding gets a 5-second penalty for full course yellow speeding. But that's not going to help his crest for any points, although he's 15th, so he's not getting any points anyways. Oh, wide goes Perry. Have those soft tires starting to give up. Actually, Gigasas tries to avoid a half-spinning Perry, has to go deep, and now the top 3 are separated by less than 1 second. Ornaby, meanwhile, is trying to warm up his tires. He still get ace now. I don't know how that's happened, because he was behind more cars. All the tow, all the slipstream for Pablo Gutierrez. And we have a virtual safety car. What's happened there then? We have a full safety car. What? I have absolutely no clue what's happened there. And into the pits goes Giga Sass. Now this could be inspirational. He will lose a lot of positions, but he will be on fresh soft tire. He will lose too many positions though. I don't think this is inspirational. Now he was second. He's gonna drop down. He missed his pit box. This has not worked. He's completely. Where is he going? He's missed his pit box. A country mile. He has absolutely thrown it away. Completely. Second down to 13th. Now, a quick look of, I guess, Eric Ornomby on how he went off at turn 1 early on in the race. So this was all the melee that he was in. It's fine here. It's surprisingly fine here. Let's move forward a bit. This is into turn 1. Let's go with this free can. So he's alongside Latini. He's behind Jack Smith. Oh my goodness me, Latini. Wowee. So none of Ornomby's own fault. He's been taken out by Latini and then Ranowski. But now he's been given a second chance because of the safety car. He's caught up to the back of the queue. He could still get a top 5 here. Pablo Gutierrez. Careful under the safety car, says the race director. So we are probably going for another lap under the safety car. I don't know how I'm going to try to find out what caused the safety car. Because I don't know. There was a car parked there, but that's a single car incident. So it's not that. I don't know. I don't know what's caused the safety car. Frankly, I'm trying to find the result, but I guess we'll never know. Rubiales has done the same thing as Giga Sass. He's missed his pit box. Where? They? Okay. Sure. Okay, so we have 2 laps to go if the safety car comes here at the end of this lap. And this is going to be melee. Anyone could win this race with how strong the slipstream is. You saw it, we saw it, everybody saw it. As Piotr Strakowski is very angry about Giga Sass pitting strategy. Safety car in this lap, he's down to 12s. Did he even change tires? Because that pit stop was so short, maybe he didn't put in enough fuel, but then with a safety car, it was very enough fuel anyways. So I don't know. I don't know the thought process behind it. That's good news for Alex Perry actually, because those softs were dying. And now they're not overheating because they have cooled down to the safety car, and he only has 2 laps to defend his position. But he doesn't have a toe, so he is going to be punching the hole for everybody behind him. That includes Pablo Gutierrez, Jan Robel, Callum Scotland, who probably is the favorite alongside Pablo Gutierrez to win this race, judging by pace. Like I said, anything could happen. Jakub Borovic, Jules Flint, Matt Ringo, Eric Ornomby after ace. So somebody else might have pitted in the front group as well. Chappelle in nice ahead of Ranowski. And Latini, Sass, McAllister, Olding, Serrano, Bahamondes, Boanu, Vicious, and Luis Rubiales, who had to reverse in the pit lane. And Alex Perry needs to slow down. He is too close to the safety car. Why is he going so close to the safety car? Safety car is in this lap. Why is he right behind the safety car? Okay, he's finally slowed down. That is very late. He's already gone. That is so early. Now, is he going to pass the safety car in the control line then? Is that allowed? He's gone really early. He's caught off guard. Jakub Borovic, who did not react at all. Green flag for 2 laps. Jan Robel passes Pablo Gutierrez immediately. Up into second goes Carnaval 8. And now into turn 1. Does anybody spin? Borovic now trying to defend. Robel is wide. Gutierrez is not through. He has to make way for Robel on the outside. Keep little ball for Eric on BSC now attacks Matt Gringo through turn number 2, fighting the wheel. Those tires are now cold and no longer hot. It is very tricky to manage. Down to turn 6. This is a heavy braking zone. This is where incidents can happen. Ornamby tries to head all the way around the outside, and Gringo brakes so late, almost rounding into the back of Jules Flint. I think he makes contact with Ornamby, didn't actually run into the back of Flint. Ornamby getting frustrated behind Gringo, but Gringo defending very well. Nothing Ornamby can do. Through turn 7. Back to the lead pack. Alex Perry is wide. Through turn 8. Chance for Robel, and chance for Gutierrez to set both of them up. You can see Robel is faster than Perry, getting the better launch coming out of turn 10. Through turn 11, spinning goes Gringo. Gringo has lost traction, and another yellow car is spun in the background. That is Anthony Victor Chappelle. So his race gone down. Gigasas up the test. A tap by Robel on Perry. Now can Gutierrez get around? Gutierrez also had to lift that thing to make sure he doesn't hit both of them. So this is a chance for Scotland. Scotland gets the best round coming out of the bank corner as Ornamby now trying to fight Jules Flint. How many wide are we going to go on the straight? They're all liners stiff. Gutierrez goes left. Callum Scotland goes right. Back into Silvio Robel. But is there a door on the left? Is there a door on the right? Gutierrez goes for it. Around the outside goes Gutierrez. Robel on the inside. The Polish driver cuts the curb. Gets to the inside of Alex Perry. Scotland side by side with Gutierrez. Ornamby has hard both. Borovic and Flint. Ornamby is up to the 5th, but he's going to run out of laps. Scotland has passed Gutierrez into 3rd. That's a change we had in the back straight in terms of the lead group. Ornamby has done brilliant to move up to 5th, but he's 2 seconds behind this group, so he needs this group to have some fighting, and Callum Scotland is providing it. Scotland to the inside of Robel. Scotland takes 2nd away from Robel. What an inspirational drive after the safety car. That is from Callum Scotland. So thus can the Scot. Will we have a repeat of Hockenheim? Because in Hockenheim, Ornamby wins race 1 or 1 race 1, and Scotland 1 race 2. And look at Scotland. He got all the pace in the world. He's already alongside Perry. Perry's soft tires have given up. Perry's soft tires are struggling. He has to defend the inside line to turn 6. Robel now pokes his nose in. Scotland tries to go around the outside. He got punked by Jack Smith here. He now loses 2nd position to Jan Robel. And look at who's here. Eric Ornamby is here with a 5-way battle for the lead. I have absolutely lost my voice. Alex Perry goes all the way off. Alex Perry off into turn 7, and now his line is compromised. Jan Robel goes the inside of turn 8. Jan Robel will try to go around the outside of turn 9. Alex breaks later and parks it on the apex. Jan Robel has nowhere to go. Perry spun. Robel has to brake. They've all spun. Gutierrez gets punked. Gutierrez now punts. Eric Ornamby back. It's all gone wrong. Callum Scotland is now into the lead. Alex Perry has gone off. Jan Robel has gone off. I have completely lost my voice. Callum Scotland now leads this race number 2 here at Shanghai. Borovic now picks up the pieces. Borovic around the outside. Down the inside goes to Borovic. Borovic now takes 2nd. Ornamby tries to head all the way around the outside with Pablo Gutierrez lurking. Gutierrez will get the double toe. Callum Scotland has got his right in the back. Jules Flint now has a chance of a podium, maybe on board with Gutierrez. Ornamby now side by side with Borovic. The book's punching the hole for Gutierrez. Gutierrez goes right. Gutierrez goes right again. He has the inside line. He has the momentum. He has the drive. He's back to both of them. Borovic can do nothing. Ornamby on the outside gets head on to drive. Now Gutierrez tries to return to the racing line. Ornamby breaks around the outside. And Gutierrez taps him. And Gutierrez punts Eric Ornamby out of the track. And Gutierrez takes 2nd position. Ornamby now still side by side with Borovic. They're gonna make contact once again. Ornamby keeps it. Callum Scotland waits. Race number 2 at Shanghai from 4th to 1st. With 2 laps to go. What a fantastic safety car race start for Callum Scotland. That is unbelievable. And that is Pablo Gutierrez driving to the side of Scotland. Now that might be a hefty penalty at the end of all that. Because you cannot deliberately drive into competitors after the race. You can get disqualified for that. once again, fantastic from Callum Scotland. He somehow won this race after he was, what, 4th, 5th at the safety car restart. A quick look at how Alex Perry's feisty defense ended. He got a step himself, tried to save it. There was nothing Robel can do, to be fair to the Polish driver. He was also unlucky. It all happened here when Perry has no more grip on those soft tires. He went wide at turn 7. Robel cuts him back through turn 8. And then turn 9, Perry goes deep, tries to get traction. There was no contact there, I don't think. And then this contact is unavoidable, unfortunately, for the pair of them. I look back behind them and see what happened between Scotland, Gutierrez. And maybe there's a tag actually between Robert and Perry, but they just all can't avoid them, can they? So yeah, that is all she wrote. I guess is the way to describe that. Interview time then. Let's start with who I believe is still the championship leader, Eric Onambi. Hello, Eric.
Hey.
Okay, I believe, yes, you can be heard on stream. Now, race number 1. At turn 1, you were down to 11th. And then,
Yeah, I got it in the rear.
yeah. So I think on the replay, what I saw was you had a snap, and then Robel drove into the back of you because he couldn't avoid you anymore. So,
Yeah.
how did you, well, ended up winning by 15 seconds after that horrendous turn 1?
So after that, I had this it was what was it? It was safety car, and I just after I dropped after turn 1, I drove back to like P8, and it was safety car, and I was reasonably far up. I was just behind Jack Smith, and then into turn 1, everyone dies. So me and Jack Smith are then P1 and P2 with 20 seconds back to us. And yeah, after that, I overtake Jack and slowly just edge ahead. And then at a random, I think it was a full course yellow, he just dropped 10 seconds for some reason. I was talking to him in the VC, but he didn't know either for some reason.
Oh, interesting. Well, that was a very dominant race number 1. Race number 2, though, didn't go your way. You got punted by spinning Latini into turn 1 on lap number 3 or 4.
Yeah, he dropped it off before I even started turning. So it was one incident, and I got massive damage from that. So I spun right after as well.
And then
After that, I had more.
Bronowski didn't
Oh
take.
yeah, that one is as well. Just amazes me. I won't comment on it. It's not nice.
All right, and then safety car happened. You're up to 5th after some brilliant overtakes in 1 lap, and then you caught the front 4. It's half a lap to go, and then it all unfolded in front of you again.
Yeah, it was just a Cosentino effect, which led to, I think it was Perry spun, and then the person behind him slowed down, and then Pablo slowed down, and then I couldn't avoid him, so I accidentally drove into him. But then yeah.
Well, you should still have a hefty championship lead because, well, Marcel Miku didn't race. Scotland will score once again a lot of points. So happy, even though it's very chaotic, more chaotic than Hockenheim, I would say, with tonight.
I'm really happy about the results. I'm not happy about the racing itself. It was
Fair.
something, but oh well.
Well, final question from me to you. Barber Motorsports Park next Thursday. Familiar with the track? Any idea?
No, and I won't be here. So
Oh, well, that's good news for everybody else then to try to bridge the gap to you. Thank you, Eric.
but
Yeah, I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks' time then when you return for round
yeah,
number 4 in Circuit Ricardo Tormo at Valencia.
3 weeks, isn't it? Because it's a break.
Very true. 3 weeks' time indeed.
Bye bye.
Yep. All right, we have another interviewee that is Callum Scotland. Hello, Callum.
Oh,
Well, we must start with that race number 2. You were fourth going into the last 2 laps after the safety car, and you won in the end by 3 seconds after all the melee happened in front of you.
yeah. Well, by the end of lap 3, I was like P12 or something like that. I honestly kind of just stumbled into that race when I did not deserve that one, but I'll take it. I ain't complaining. It's just gonna be a thing with me at this point, is being the beneficiary, the beneficiary of race 2 shenanigans, because it happened last week as well. Um, but honestly, no, race 2, I think Alex Perry deserved to win that. From what I know, he led the entire race pretty much, and unfortunately got hit at the end. And I honestly nearly got taken out by that same incident, but just managed to avoid it. But sucks for him. He should have won that, to be honest.
Well, it would have been a 5-car stiff trim train to the on the back straight had the incident between Perry and Robel not happened there at turn 10. So who knows? You could have gone 5 wide if that didn't happen.
That would have been too game.
But yeah, going back to race number 1, I believe you got hit by Jack Smith into turn 6, and then you spun on the AstroTurf as
That
well.
was race 2. That was early on in race 2.
That was
Race
race 2.
1.
Okay.
What even happened race 1? I binned it by myself like 3 times.
Turn
Being
1.
blamed for something that I never did, and we'll see what happens there, I guess. And for the thing I didn't even do, I got hit intentionally in the second race, which is not what you want to see. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm trying to behave about that, but
Well,
yeah, no, race 1 was just shit.
language, but yes, a turn 1 is very tricky, isn't it? Because yeah, now I remember you spun like twice on your own at turn 1.
Yeah,
Well,
after the first safety car, I just went too fast and spun, because it's quite bumpy, and with these cars, they're being quite low to the ground. It's really easy to bottom out and spin. Um, and also, if you just take a little bit too much speed, it's really easy to spin as well.
Well, I believe it was Pablo who was fighting the lead with you after the safety car that, well, intentionally hit you kind of at the end of the race too. But I think your stand to the inside was valid, but you probably put him on the edge of the track, which I think a lot of people just on the outside
Yeah,
of that turn 1, they just completely lost the car for no reason whatsoever.
yeah,
It's so weird.
I don't know what's happened. I will need to look back on the replay, but at the time, from my view, it's just I spun when I was trying to overtake him, and then as I'm facing sideways, I just see him spinning past me as well.
Yeah, because everyone who tried to stay on the outside, basically of turn 1, on the most outside line, right to the white line, they all spun. Like nobody survived.
Yeah,
It's
if
so
you
weird.
even like slightly brush that astroturf on the outside, you're gone. You're not surviving it. So I was honestly pretty lucky that the spins weren't that bad. But yeah,
Yeah,
I can't even remember where I finished in race 1. I think it might have been P3.
third, I think. Yeah, you recovered from
Yeah,
2 spins because you were like
um,
12th again, I think, and then got up
yeah.
to third again.
And also, something happened on the straight between me and my teammate Jules. I have absolutely no idea what happened. I just went to get the slipstream from the car ahead of us, and next thing I know, he's in the wall after feeling a little bit of contact, and quite heavily in the wall.
Yes, I had a look on the
From what I
replay.
heard, there was a little. From what I heard, there was a little bit of lag from his
Yeah, it looks
point
like
of view,
rubber
but
banding. It looks like rubber
yeah,
banding or lag because he just suddenly went
so
into the rear view. In all of a sudden, like yeah, and
yeah, so unfortunate way for his race to go, but
yeah, I
it
mean,
happens.
yeah, I can understand Pablo's frustration also on the outside of turn one in race one, but intentionally hitting people after race is absolutely not allowed and not promoted at Phoenix SimSport. So if you feel aggrieved, which you are supposed to do, so you can make a report on that, of course.
Yeah,
So
the stewards are going to have another fun time with my reports in the race.
well, honestly, if everyone reports what happened tonight, there will be about 200 reports, and I'm
The
not even
stewards are
exaggerating.
going to need a lunch break when reviewing the report.
Anyway, final question from me to you, Callum. You're probably now second in the championship because Marcel Miku did not race tonight. So clearly, Jack Smith and Eric Onobi from Macro Motorsport is very fast. Now, we don't know if Jack Smith is doing the whole season. We've just heard from Eric that he's missing next round in Barber. Do you think you can mount a championship challenge?
Well, I don't know. I'm also going to be missing the next race as well in Barber.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see what happens, but hoping the missed round doesn't affect my scores too much, especially since the missed round will then count as a drop round. So
Yeah, true. But yep, that basically means you have no lifeline. Kind of, you have to do well in the 8 rounds that you do. But anyway, same as what I said to Eric. I'll see you in 3 weeks' time as a kid. Ricardo told me Valencia because you're missing round 3 and there's a first in-season break. The round 4 is 3 weeks away. Thank you, Callum, for taking part in the interviews.
thank you.
Well, 2 chaotic races have ended, and the stream should end now. I am so tired. I'll probably wake up my grandma again. It's 4:39 AM. A lot of people seemingly not doing Barber next week, possibly due to heat, possibly due to wanting to take a break, as I know UK is very hot today with temperature up to 34 degrees at 7 and 8 PM. But anyways, I'm Webber Rashto. This is Phoenix SimSport. We'll see you. Well, I may as well put this up if I have it. Hang on. There we go. So tomorrow will be Caterham and GT4 on Friday. Now Caterham is not broadcasted, I believe GT4 is. On Saturday, both PWC, aka Assetto Corsa Competizione, as well as the PLMS, which is on Le Mans Ultimate, will be streamed. Unfortunately, Super Formula will not be streamed this week. On Sunday, I believe Historic F1, which is F1 2005, will be streamed. The other two is yet to be decided. I don't think DTM will have a stream. GP Legends is a maybe. But anyway, that's it. I'm tired. You're probably tired. We should all go off and have a tea break. Tea, that's too hot. Ice break, that's what we all need. We'll see you for Formula Regional next Thursday at 7 PM GMT, 8 PM British Summer Time, and 9 PM Central Eastern Summer Time. And for all the other series, check out the Phoenix SimSport Twitch schedule. It's all under there. See you.